Hello guys, welcome to another part of our course. This is part 4, all right? And in this part, we're going to work on the author profile, right? We're going to just work on the author profile and see how fast we can do that. Okay, let's do it. All right, so the way this one works is that we need to go ahead and just create a row here. Like we're going to create a row here and then set up all of these icons. Okay, so let's go to FlutterFlow. Now we're going to click here to add a new page, and then we're going to click on create blank. We're going to say author profile. All right, so author profile, create page. And then the next thing we need to do quickly is we're going to add a row inside this column. Okay, so and then inside that row we're going to look for an icon. So let's search for an icon. I think we should be able to see that particular icon. Let's call it right, no left. So left, it's a circle. I think this is it, right? So yeah, I think we can use this instead of bringing in, yeah, looks like it, right? So looks like it. So then we have here author, right? So let's just go ahead and then highlight this. This is author. It's a 400 by 14 pixels, okay? And then this icon itself, it's more like 25 pixels, no? So more like 25 pixels from the left. So we're going to go ahead and turn that into black, like real black, okay? And let's look at the size. The size is 32 pixel by 32. So let's change this to 32, okay? And then we'll click on this row, click on add a child to the row. So that's a text. And here we're saying about, well, I had already copied it. And let's click on this and give it 15 pixels on the left. And for the text, let's see, this is also going to be 20 pixels from the left. Okay, so let's say 20 pixels from the left. Now we need to go ahead and cut this out, cut the text out. I just cut it out. That's Ctrl X. Click on the icon here. We want to wrap it in a widget called row. The reason is because we now need to now paste what we had cut out before. Now this is going to allow us to be able to do what we're about doing next. Okay, so I will show you something. So we want to put this cut here, and I think we can do that with FlutterFlow. So let's just paste. I think we can find the icon inside FlutterFlow. Let's look for cut. And so I'm searching for cart. Let's see, it looks like it's empty, right? So let's use this one, all right? So I think this works. Okay, it might not be the same thing. So now I'll go ahead and click on this and space them like this. If at all I did not put this inside a row that is inside this other bigger row and then say space them apart, it wouldn't have worked like this. They would have been scattered. The about would have been in the center, all right? So I'll click on these and give it 15, okay? And then I will check out the size of this. This is 25 pixel by 25. So let's change this to 25. Right. Then I'll click on this and all right, I think that's okay. So now the next thing that we need to quickly do is this scenario and then all of this. So we already have something like this, right? We already have something like this. So let's see how we can bring it into this place. So we have it on the dashboard, right? Yes, we have it on the dashboard. So but I think it's just rearranged. So let's copy the whole of this row. Okay, so I'll say Ctrl C to copy it, and then we go to auto profile. Let's see how we're going to create this. This is going to be a row, then there's a column here. So let's go ahead and click the column itself, the main column, and add a row. Inside the row, we're going to go ahead and add the main thing that we copied. So click on the and paste. So now we have this, and there's some sort of padding from the left. It's like 17. So we can click on this, locate the it's gonna be more like let me see, the stack, right? So yeah, the stack, and then we can say 17. Push it a bit. Beautiful. Now this particular part is what we're going to just rearrange. So this is Sarah W, and then the text here. So we can just actually just copy it, copy this. And let's click on this column. There's a column here, right? And then it has a text. This is a text. Let's just paste this. This is going to now be this one. And there's a row here, so we're going to reposition them. So I'll click this and drag it down, wait until it turns purple, and then that's it. So I have Sarah, so I think I could just copy it. I just want to have the same thing. So let's click on this and say Sarah. All right, perfect. It's also 400 by 18, so I think oh, this is 700, so let's say 400 by 18. Okay, and then this one is 400 by 15. Okay, so 400 by 15 by 15. Okay, all right, so now we have this. The next thing that we need to do quickly is we need to add this particular information. All right, this one and this one. So this is something we need to like download, like export. So I'll come over here and click on export. I will just use it like that. Okay, this is an image. It's 16 by 22. So I'll come over here and in the column here, there's a column here. I'm going to add an image, and then that image is going to be 16 by 22, right? Let me confirm. So 16 by 22, right? Then now that I have that, let's remove this border radius. Let's change it from network to assets, and let's upload this. We're going to go ahead and go to downloads and upload the image the way it has come. Okay, so this is it, and then we click to open it. I'll come back here and I'm going to add this text, which is top rated. So I'm going to copy this and I will add it here. Okay, now that this text is here in a column, we need to wrap the text, the image. Wrap the image in a row so that we can add something just beside it. So now we can add a text widget in that row, and let's change the content of the text to top rated. It has some padding, which is like 7, and the size of this text is 300 by 13. All right, then let's copy the colors. It has a color here. Let's just look for the color here. So let's just pick the 2 colors. Okay, I had already copied something, right? So what did I copy? So let's first of all put the padding as 7, and what I'm gonna do next is, let me copy this, Ctrl C, come here to where we have the gradient, turn it on, and I will say primary, paste this color. Okay, and then I will come over here and copy the second color, Ctrl C, then I will go ahead and paste it here. There you go. So we have this now. Now let's go ahead and look at what is above here. This is 6.5. Okay, there's no real serious space above it. So now we have this and it's pretty okay. So let's go ahead and look at the entire row and see the padding. So I will give I will find the height of the row from the height of this. So I will just say maybe 5. So I'll say 5 here above. That's pretty okay. Then now we need to go ahead and do all of this one. So let's click on this. This is going to be it's going to be a zip file, unfortunately. So let's click on this. Okay, these two things are not the same actually. So let's see. We can actually make it easier for us. Let's export this. Is exported as an image. Beautiful. So I'm gonna also export this one as an image. Okay. So let's export it. Let's export it. So it's also exported as an image. So now we have this container. It's 35 by 35, border radius 10. So I will click here, add a row. Okay, I'm gonna add a row, and in the row I'm going to add a container, and then it's going to be 35 by 35. So I'm gonna say here 35 by 35 and 10 as the border radius. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is, it has a gradient as well. Okay, so we need to copy the gradient. So I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C. Okay, and I'll scroll down. I'll see where I can add a gradient. Turn on the gradient and paste this. There you go. and come back here and copy the second color for the gradient. So gradients always have two colors. Well, I think there's a possibility of having more than two colors. Okay, so now that we have that, let's put a column inside the container, because we need to put an image now inside it. That image is what we have here. So this image is 30 pixel by 30 pixel. So we will say 30, okay, by 30. There you go. And then we take this off, change from network to asset, and then we will upload the image. So here simply we'll select the first image, which is going to be for our first button. Then we will center align it, and let me copy this one at once. Here is going to be a column. All right, so a column for these two things. So I'm going to click on the column here and say center align, and then I'll click on the row here and add a column, and in the column I'm going to add a text. Okay, the text is going to be what I had copied. I try to work ahead of myself. Okay, so here the font size is 400 by 10. Let's also copy this one. Okay, not before then, 400 by 10. So this is going to be 400 by 10, and we'll click this and say Ctrl D to duplicate it. And then this one is 400 by 14. So I'll just copy this, and now we have this one here. I will paste what I had copied. And say 400 by 14. Perfect. So click on column, click on alignment to push it to this point. Perfect. So it has a padding of 3 pixels apart. Okay, so I'll just put 3 here. That's it. Now the next thing we need to do is look at the padding beside it. So it's 11 pixels on the left side. So, and then we're giving that to the column. Now we need to give same thing to this container. All right, like we need to give a padding on the left. So I click here, hover, I see 21 pixels on the left. So I'm going to say 21 pixels. There you go. And I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C, right? I'm going to come to the row and Ctrl V to paste it. All right, then I will go ahead and change this particular image that is inside that container, all right, to the second one here. And then we have that. Then look at this. We also have the same thing, curses, and then 55. Then we have this huge line here. Let me click and copy the color of the line. The line's height is 35 pixels. So now we need to go ahead and then come here. Okay, no, I have to copy this first and paste this here. And here it says courses. And then here it says 55. Right, so this says 55. All right, so then we have like some space here. It's like 25. Let's click on this, click on the container and give it a 25. Then we need to now put a line here. So let's click on the row, click on add a child to the row, container. The width is 1, right? And then the height is 25. Okay, then we can come here and let's click on it. Okay, so we can come here and copy the color code, and we can paste it on that container. Okay, sweet. Then we need to go ahead and give it some padding, 17. So the 17 here, and then the next thing is to just go ahead and add this up. All right, so with these, I will just go ahead and copy this column here, Ctrl C, click on the row, Ctrl V to paste it. And now this one, I will just go ahead and wrap it in a row. So wrap the widget in a row because it has some stars. You know, see here, we have some stars here. So I don't know the color of these stars anyways. So, but I will try to just pick a random. Let's just pick one color, this one. We might not be able to make it a gradient. Okay, so this is just going to be static for now. So let's go ahead and then let's see, what do we do? We're going to add an icon. I'm going to add an icon. The icon is it's going to be the star, and we're adding that. Let's say icon, that's the star, and I like to use this one, and I'm pasting this color, and I'm going to rearrange the text something like this. Okay, and then let me try to figure out the size of the icon. So it's more like the height is like 9 and maybe 10, so I can just assume that this is 10. That would be really small, so I'll go with 16. Yeah, go with 16, and I'll say Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, like that. So for now we're just making this dynamic, okay? And then we can say here is going to be 4.58. So let's click on here and turn it to 4.58. And now we can go ahead and click on this row and give it the padding from the top. So if I click this and hover, I'll see that it's 27.81 pixels apart. So I'll just say 28. So I'll give it here 28, and that's it. We have a reasonable workflow now. The next thing that we need to do, which is going to be the concluding aspect of this particular part, is this. So I need to go ahead and add this huge container. It's actually very long, so I will say this is a container. The width is not a problem, but let's try to figure out the height. The height is 711, but we will actually have to make it infinite. But let's see, click on the column, add a container. The container's width is infinite. The height is going to be, for now, let's just say 800. Okay, and then it has a border radius of 30 pixels around it. So we will come over here and say 30 pixels. And then the next thing we need to do quickly is let's get the color of the background. That's the container. So I just copied it, and now I'm going to paste it here. Beautiful. So now that I've done that, I need to go ahead and add these things that are inside here. So here is, we're going to first of all put a column before we now put these things inside. So I'll go ahead and add a column inside this container. So there's a column. Inside the column is going to be a row. Inside the row is going to be my first text. All right, and the text is what I had copied before. So I'm just going to come here and then paste it. There you go. So here, the padding on the top is 11. Padding on the left is 32. So I will come over here and give the column a padding of 11. Okay, 11 from the top. Then here I give it 32. Nice. Then now the next thing I need to do is just to create one card like this and duplicate it. So I'll click on this. The card size is 325 by 106, but don't worry about the width. Like I say, just take 26 as the padding on the left and the right, and then the height is 106. So let's go ahead and do that. I click on the column, all right, then click on add a chart to the column. Let's go. Then the height is 106. Hold on, I think we had already done something similar. That description and that and that. Okay, yes, we have already done something similar. So there's no need to create this all over again. So we have to reuse things that we have already done. So let's come to the dashboard, and then here we have done something similar. Let's just click on this. Just click on the column, open it, and then I need to pick the container. No, this is what I want to pick. So the entire container is what I'm picking. So Ctrl C to copy all of that. Go to the auto profile. All right, click on the column and paste it. All right, so now I have this. The only thing that is different is what we have here. Okay, so let's see. This is the card. All right, so I just need to go ahead and come to export and export the image. Perfect. Okay, it's even giving me as that. So let's say let's come over here and then get our image. So let's click here and then go to download, say all files, because the file is in a zip file. So Ctrl X to cut it, and then come here and just paste like we did before. Replace it. All right, and then we will say, okay, now I don't know which one it is. Okay, this is gonna be the one, right? 8:50 p.m. Okay, great. So I can go ahead and right click on this and extract all. Extract. Okay, so I think it's going to be inside here. Base, icons, user. Is it a user? I don't think it's a user. Oh no, that's a wrong thing. So let's go back and go back and go back. So this is where we might actually have an issue, right? So online learning app. So these are the different files. So how will I see the last time it was updated? Base card, and this is gonna be an issue for me. Card image, I can't really tell which it is. Okay, so let's do like this. Let's do large icons. Ah, beautiful. See, we found it. So like that, we are good. And well, you can decide to change all of this, but it's not really necessary. This is just text, and they will come from the backend. So now we have this, right? Let's look at it. So this is actually white, okay? And so let's just turn this into white. The background, no, where is it? The container that has everything, we have to give it all. The field color is actually white. Okay, nice. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and then duplicate all of this. So let's say Ctrl D. Okay, and let's go, and let's go, and let's go, and let's go. When we're doing backend, we'll delete all of it because we'll be getting things from the backend. Let's go ahead and click on the main container, and let's get some padding for it. So click here, hover, it says 32. I'm just using the approximate value, so we can say here 32. Okay, so with this now, we have done something remarkable and amazing. Yes, of course. So far we've done something great, and I would like us to go ahead and end the session for this particular one. So we'll continue in the next part of this course. See you soon.